Okay, so I thought that I would do the butt plate first. I put the trigger guard on hold for now. So I'm going to do the butt plate. Um, you could see remnants of it here. There was like a half an inch or three quarters of an inch of spare wood that was on the back of this thing, and I just had to rasp it down and cut it down so it could be more flat. There's still a little bit of more left, but I didn't want to go down too low because I didn't want to risk damaging the edges of the buttstock. But when I get the butt plate on and I get closer and closer to where the butt plate is finally going to reside, I'm going to go ahead and, if I need to, cut this off. What I've already done though was I already dug out the mortise for the pin lug on the butt plate here, and it goes just in there like that. And you can see that the inletting has already been done, but like everything else, the butt plate doesn't fit, and I may end up modifying that mortise there in order to actually make this butt plate fit correctly. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and get started on this, and I'll turn the camera on when I get started and show you how it looks. Okay, so I've got the inletting black all on the inside of this butt cap here, and so when we remove it, this thing's huge. You can see here where there's black, that's where the butt plate is touching the wood, so we need to take that off. What my plan is to get the back part of it flush up as much as I can, so that when this butt plate gets closer and closer to its expected position, I can go ahead and inlet the top of the butt plate here, because the original mortise is going to be too short. It's going to be too short. If I use this mortise the way it is now, the butt plate will be too far away. So I got to get this the back of this flushed up and straight, so that I know as far where the end of this butt plate is going to be, so I can start inletting it and get everything down to where it's got to go. You can see here that there's some gaps and stuff, so there's some work that needs to be done. So I'll put the camera down and get back on it, and we'll turn the camera on in a minute and show you where I'm at. This is the way I take off the black when I'm doing butt plates. I used to use a chisel and a rasp, but now I use the Dremel tool. Anyway, so that's what I use to do the butt plates. You can really pinpoint the areas that you want to remove from, and it's a lot easier. You don't have to, move the file in and out, and you're more pinpoint. You have more accuracy when you're removing wood. Anyway, so there you go. I'm going to continue working on this and get back, show you where I'm at. Okay, so I have the butt plate down to where I think I need it to go. Probably needs to be a little bit deeper. But I had to re-inlet the butt plate because, as I said previously, by removing wood from the back, it kind of pushed the butt plate further up. But I had to remove the wood from the back because that's just what we have to do. So I've got the front part of the plate down as far as I need to get it. So now that I've got it inletted to where I think it's going to go, I'm going to start working on the back now. And you can see here that I pulled it back just a little bit. Because what I want to do is start working the back, and as I take off wood off the back, it'll start pushing the butt plate further and back into the new mortise that I made for it. Hopefully that'll work. It's pretty close already, but hopefully I'll be able to get this done so there's no gaps and stuff in between. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and continue on with this and show you how it looks when I'm done. Alright, so we're back. You can see here that I have the butt plate put on and inletted, and it came out pretty good. Well, there's a tiny little opening here, but I'll fix that. And there's a little opening on the bottom here too, and I'll fix that as well. But other than that, everything is done. I put some screw holes in here temporarily, some temporary screws so I can put it together and see how it looks with everything tightened down. And I also pinned it as well. So I'm going to repair these little gaps here. I'm probably going to fill that, but this one here I can inlet, you know, remove some wood and let that and let the butt plate sit flush against that. But all in all, this butt cap looks pretty good. Okay, so I got the butt plate completely installed and inletted. That little gap down here has now disappeared. I still got to seal this small gap here. I always seem to have problems with that part of the inletting, but anyway, it's not that big. I'll just fill that and it won't even be visible once I get through with it. I put the permanent screws in here. These are the actual screws that are going to be in the gun. These aren't the temporary screws, so I had to modify the heads a little bit because I'm not very good at countersinking screws, so they didn't end up perfectly straight, but I think I did okay with them. I left them curved like that so it'll match the shape of the buttstock. Okay, and then I put the permanent pin in here as well. There was a smaller 3/32 pin in here. It was a really small pin, and I put a 1/8" pin in here. So there you go. There's the butt cap, all done. Worked on it on and off for the last 2-3 days, and that's how it came out. Another thing is there's a bunch of pitting and divots and stuff inside of this brass, and I don't know if I'll be able to take those out without damaging the carvings here on the you know, the decorative carvings on the buttstock, but I'm gonna try, and if it doesn't work, then I guess they'll just stay in there, or I'll just end up removing all this stuff and just making it one clean, shiny piece of brass. Anyway, so that's it for now. The buttstock or the butt cap is now been inletted, and now it's time to do the trigger guard. Anyway, that's it for now. Cash Duck Bowcraft. Thanks for watching.